This is Mac Bowen of IllinoisMatmen.com, and I have here with me Montini Catholic head coach Israel Martinez and assistant coach Mike Benefiel. First off, Izzy, your thoughts on how the tournament's gone so far?
You know, it's our first Chicago Catholic League, man. It was an awesome event, you know. 7 guys in the finals in the first 7 weight classes. You know, that was what we had in mind. We got to accomplish it, which was cool. We should have won a couple more matches. And in the backside also, you know, we had a questionable match at 38. You know, sometimes these refs got to let these guys wrestle. And it wasn't just 138, it was multiple matches throughout the tournament that these guys are putting themselves into. And you can't do that. You gotta let these kids wrestle out. You gotta let them get these takedowns or escape points, or, you know, you can't decide on stall calls. You can't leave it up to the refs either. So, you know, I'm not pointing fingers at anyone, just talking about the tournament.
Okay. And Mike, anybody on the team you thought maybe stepped it up today?
Yeah, you know, some of our freshmen actually stepped it up today. You know, some of our freshmen all year haven't been wrestling the best and everything, but I thought Peter Christensen wrestled all right today. I thought Anthony Tracy did pretty good. Yeah, you know, those guys, you know, they kind of stepped it up today. I thought they had a really good tournament.
Okay, and Izzy, real quick, the 106-pound match, which was one of the better matches, good matchup. Your thoughts on that one?
You know, Joey Melendez is doing great. You know, he had a couple slumps, you know, a couple bad matches throughout the start of the year. And then in the middle of the year, you know, I mean, good matches start of the year. Middle of the year, he had a couple rough, tough matches. You know, we made some adjustments. And Joey's a smart kid. He's been wrestling for a long time. And, you know, he's smart. So, you know, we know what that guy's going to do. We know that we got to push the pace on these guys. And it was great. So, yeah, we're just excited. Joey's getting better. And our team's going to be ready. We got exactly, you know, 3 weeks away, baby. Here we go.
And you got to get ready for a pretty tough regional and then a really tough sectional.
Yeah, well, regional, we're excited. Our boys are excited. We can score some points. We might not have the firepower of a 14-man roster, but you know, the largest armies sometimes didn't win the war, and that's what we tell our guys.
Okay, Mike. Quick one for you now. You were a 4-time state champ, okay, and actually participated in what I think myself and a lot of people feel is one of the greatest high school wrestling matches in history. Surprisingly, it took place in the 3rd place match at Dvorak instead of the championship. But just step back a minute and give me the thoughts on that match between you and Albert White.
You know, that match was a long time ago, but you know, it was a big match because I know, you know, Albert at the time, he was one of the best 2A wrestlers, and at the time I was one of the better 1A wrestlers and everything, and both the same weight class, and I knew, you know, we wouldn't see each other in state tournament. So, I mean, I kind of knew he was going to win state, I was going to win state, so, you know, that was the match kind of solidifying who was, you know, one of the better 140-pounders at the time. And but Albert is, you know, great wrestler, and you know, it was just, you know, my day that day, and I came out, fired off a few shots, got some takedowns, over my escape. So it was a tough match, but you know, it was an interesting tournament how we met in 3rd place instead of in the finals at the Dvorak. But you know,
Well, that's a Dvorak.
Yeah.
All right, and real quick, your feelings on, you know, you wrestled for Montini, again, 4-time state champ, went out into the college world, and now you're back at your alma mater as an assistant coach. What's it like?
Awesome. It's awesome. You know, it's a privilege to coach at Montini. You know, coach under Izzy and stuff. I'm learning so much. Learning from Izzy and working with these boys who are tirelessly in their efforts. They work so hard every day. And it's great to be around them, and it's great to be around Izzy and Justin, Coach Tom, and all of these guys. You know, we're all going to be a better person every day, not just a better coach. So it's just a privilege to be here.
Okay, and Izzy, real quick, anything maybe that you're going to look to your guys to work on, you know, getting ready the next couple of weeks for regionals?
You know, our regional is going to be tough, so we're going to take a break. You know, we're going to give our boys the next couple of days off, 3-4 days off. Literally, we're going to just do conditioning, get off the mats, and finish up this week on the mats, and then, you know, just get ready. It's fine-tune time now. work on all the little things, all the fine adjustments, and it's time to shine. We're excited.
Okay, and one more thought on a specific weight class I'm going to talk about now real quick. 132 pounds. You've got a defending 3A champ. Now you guys moved up to 3A. Duncan, a defending 2A champ. A finalist, and then a third place finisher, all at 132 pounds. Your thoughts on the depth of that weight class?
Dylan Duncan showed, and Rudy Yates showed they're one notch ahead of the other guys. But that doesn't mean anything, They showed that they're the front runners. But it's going to be exciting. Chaloni and Townsville, and you can't forget the other guys that are in that bracket. There's a lot of guys in that bracket. There's the names are there, which is exciting. Dylan Duncan, come state tournament, he'll be ready to shine.
Amen. All right. Thank you very much, coaches, and good luck going forward.